April is Organ Donation Awareness Month, and coming up, we're going to hear from doctors at Cadillac about different types of donation options.
Also tonight, we're talking about the Pasco development and the Downtown Association. We've got new details about that coming up. Stacy.
And we have sunshine today, maybe record-breaking temperatures tomorrow, but then things change drastically on Wednesday. I'll give you all the details in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Monday night, good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Alyssa Warner. Tonight, we're getting an inside look at the damage caused by a small kitchen fire in Kennewick.
Yeah, the blaze broke out this past Friday. It displaced a total of 24 people, but for most, fire damage isn't the problem. It's the water.
So I'm surprised it didn't flood.
Wow, so now you have to have this.
Yeah, until my room, the whole carpet was soaked in wet.
That sound.
And then if we come, sorry, there's a lot of fans in here because of the smell.
Is becoming the new norm for this Kennewick family. Talk about what it was like getting the dog.
It was weird because they kept running from me. So I'm just like, we gotta go, we gotta leave, and they just kept running, and it was hard chasing them around to know like what's happening.
The Kennewick Fire Department responded to the call on the 4th floor of the Kent Manor Apartments Friday afternoon. It happened just before 3 p.m. on the 1000 block of West 5th Avenue after fire alarms alerted residents to a small kitchen fire. When crews arrived, the blaze had already been put out by the sprinkler system installed at the complex.
I'm over here just like, okay, I gotta leave. So I ran out of the house with no shoes on, like barefooted, have one dog in my hand, the other one on its leash, and all you see is everybody just running out, and everyone's over here checking on me. They're like, "Are you home by yourself?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. Like I don't know what to do. Is this fake?"
Luckily, nobody was hurt, but a total of 24 residents were displaced. So the Red Cross of Eastern Washington is doing what they can to help.
In this case, we did not set up a shelter.
Okay.
These individuals were provided financial assistance from the Red Cross, which they then used to secure lodging for the evening.
And as for the Orozco family, who's now drying off, they are counting their blessings.
It could have been worse. Thank God it wasn't, because we would have lost basically everything from our place, and we didn't really want that to happen, especially since we have babies.
And our thanks to that family for speaking with us. You know, many residents have now set up a GoFundMe or an impact page, including that family you saw just there. You can find that information, all the links on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Melissa.
Now this afternoon in Pasco, firefighters were called to this home on West Opal Street to handle a backyard brush fire. Pasco fire officials told me they're still working to figure out how this got started, but they say it looks like it happened near the property line between two houses. It burned through some bushes and debris, and they told me it's a good reminder. This is the time of year to get out there, get your yard cleaned up, because that dead grass and the leaves can be the perfect fuel for a fire that spreads to fences and even buildings. And Austin, it's not even that dry out there yet. Once we start getting warmed up, it's going to fire risk goes right up.
Yeah, I was actually talking to the Red Cross about that earlier. They're preparing for fire season as we have to at this time. Stacy joining us with a first look at the forecast. And yeah, it was warm today. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Well, the weather's going to cooperate for yard work, just saying. All right, here's what it looks like. Welcome to April 1st. Our typical temperatures around 72. We hit 74 today in the Tri-Cities. 72 by the end of the month are our average temperatures for the time. We're expecting hopefully at least a half an inch of rain this month, maybe a little more. That would be great. Our overnight lows stay on the warm side. Here's what our sunset from Easter Sunday looked like, though. It was a beautiful day. My family and I had a nice meal out on the Columbia River at Anthony's, and this is we were very close to this. Look at that sunset. So just gorgeous out there. Right now, 73 degrees on our Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 77, feeling pretty warm. Winds are light at 6 miles per hour. Now, here's what's coming up over the next couple of days. First, let's look at our overnight lows tonight. Planning out the door will be in the 40s, so a little on the cool side. Those temperatures are going to continue to drop. So clear and cool tonight. Record-breaking temperatures are possible for tomorrow. A big temperature drop happens on Wednesday, and more rain and heavy mountain snow. Good for that last little bit of snow skiing season up in the mountains. Austin, Alyssa?
All right, we will see in just a bit, Stacy. Now to Pasco, where the City Council in about an hour from right now will be discussing the Downtown Pasco Development Authority at its regularly scheduled meeting. The council is moving to approve resolution number 4440, finding a date and place for a public hearing on the dissolution of the Downtown Pasco Development Authority. The mayor and council says this step aligns with guidelines for disbanding public entities, highlighting Pasco's dedication to active community participation and transparent governance. This morning, we spoke with City Councilman Leo Perales, who says on April 15th, a public hearing will allow for the public's input in making the final decision regarding the future of the Downtown Development Group, who's been accused of embezzlement.
April 15th will be the hearing date, and then probably it's a subsequent vote afterwards. And I believe it's going to be pretty unanimous. I'd be surprised if there's any holdouts. I think we're just ready to turn the page, and looking forward to putting on some good festivals with the people we have in Parks and Rec and the rest of the city staff. We're just looking to kind of move on and start fresh.
Now, back in 2015, Pasco police arrested this guy, Michael Goins, the former executive director of the Downtown Pasco Development Authority. The 36-year-old allegedly embezzled money for a long period of time.
Also in Pasco, we are halfway through a roadwork closure that's impacting drivers on I-182 and US 395. So tomorrow, WashDOT once again planning to close the eastbound ramp from I-182 to northbound 395 in Pasco for roadway repairs. Now that's the exit that takes you towards Connell, Pullman, and Spokane. WashDOT is also planning to close the ramp from 395 northbound to I-182 westbound. Again, that is scheduled for tomorrow, 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. There will be detours in place, but if you have to drive through that area, you will want to plan for delays. This morning, Cadillac Medical Center in Richland held a flag-raising ceremony to mark the beginning of Organ Donation Awareness Month.
Yeah, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma spoke to doctors and the mother of a young man who gave the ultimate gift to others.
The organ donation flag above the Cadillac Medical Center will fly throughout the month of April to help raise awareness about the life-saving gift of organ donation. After the ceremony, I spoke to Dr. Bragg, and he says there's two types of organ donations. A deceased organ donation when a patient passes away and they register to donate their organs, and a living organ donor. Dr. Bragg says both types have a big impact.
So a deceased organ donor often can save up to 8 lives. And more. As in, they can donate their kidneys, heart, liver, pancreas, their lungs, and their intestine. And a living donor usually is, there's someone who you know, or your blood relation, so on and so forth. The most common we see is kidneys and partial liver.
Dr. Bragg says organ donors are vital in helping save patients' lives.
If you look at the current numbers, there are more than 100,000 patients who are waiting for an organ. Not everyone gets an organ, and many of them die due to the disease process itself. So that's why it's important to have organ donors as well, to kind of help those who are in need.
Dr. Bragg says one of the quickest and easiest way to register to be a donor is through your license. At the ceremony, I also talked with Blanca Cepeda. In 2022, her son Oscar was involved in a car accident that led to his passing. He was a donor and was able to help save 4 people's lives through his gift of organ donation. Cepeda says it's been hard without her son, but through him being a donor, she's learned a lot from him. I also have translated Cepeda's interview from Spanish to English.
Después que él ya no está.
Now that he's not here, it's been hard, but I stay strong because I know it was his decision. He left me a lot of things to learn from, and he had that decision to save other people. He left it written for me in a card that he had left. Cepeda says in that card he left, he had this written: sometimes the person who has nothing is the person who gives the most, and that's a gift that doesn't have a price. Dr. Bragg says this is something he wants the public to know about being a donor.
In the community, they might think like, if you're an organ donor, we might get less care, but that's not the case. Everything we do at the time is to save the patient's life.
Dr. Bragg says last year the United Organ Registry recorded about 23,000 donors, and they were able to save roughly about 40,000 lives. Reporting in Richland, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Monique, thank you. Typically, you are asked if you want to be an organ donor when you get or renew your driver's license, but you can also fill out a form online to update it anytime.
Well, tonight we're talking about near record warmth, but it won't last very long. Stacey Lee is tracking your first alert forecast, including who can expect to see some rain in the near future.
Plus, we are talking proposed changes to school lunches and the possibility that the government might decide that potatoes are not a vegetable. We'll explain next.
Coming up Tuesday on Good Morning Northwest, all of your top local headlines from around the region. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your forecast, near record highs for some of our areas. We hope to see you here on Tuesday morning.
Next ET, only we're in France for a VIP tour of Vanderpump Villa. Plus, meet the sexy staff.
Very entertaining.
Well, entertaining isn't always the word I would use.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Apple Valley News Now proudly announces Brenda from Kennewick as the winner of Jacob & Rhodes Ugly Furnace Contest.
When you called and told me that I won, and shocked, and it's a huge blessing and a big help.
We're just so happy to make Brenda a customer of Jacobs & Rhodes.
She has received a brand new Daikin furnace. Congratulations, Brenda. Stay warm for years to come with your fantastic new Daikin furnace from Jacobs & Rhodes.
Want to drive?
Really?
Most of us agree our roads are safer when we put away our phones. But we still have some people to reach. So spread the message. And set the example. Because that's how we make the road a safer place for you and your loved ones. Together, we get there.
I'm loving a pizza, Tony's big cheese pizza, loving a pizza. I've been loving a pizza, Tony's big cheese pizza, and Yakima's hometown.
Mom, let's order a large pepperoni pizza.
Go Tony, big cheese pizza.
Good idea. I'll order it now. Tony's lets me order online or by phone.
When you want lunch or dinner the delicious, easy way, come to Yakima's Hometown Pizzeria.
We can't wait to see you at Tony's Big Cheese Pizza in the Safeway Plaza at 24th and Nob Hill.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique, and we're here for all of life's occasions, all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Are you ready for some spring fishing?
We do regular brook trout, we do brown trout, and we also do some tiger trout.
Visit a hatchery where many Washington lakes get trout. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Friday, April 12th, the Dust Devils battle Spokane on Apple Valley News Now's Family Feast Night. We want you to win tickets. To enter, click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com. The Dust Devils Family Feast Night. See you at the game.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit.
Washington has the highest statewide minimum wage in the country, but in California, as of today, fast food workers are now making $20 per hour. California's new law only affects fast food chains that have at least 60 locations nationwide, but we are already seeing some backlash. Starbucks and Chipotle already saying they're going to change their prices in response, and some small business owners in California are feeling the pressure to compete by raising wages for their employees, even though technically they're not required to. Now, there's some concern that people will be priced out of eating fast food in California. And of course, we're still seeing the pressure when it comes to buying a home.
Yeah, you know, things aren't as crazy as they were during the pandemic, but new analysis has some discouraging numbers about the future of the American dream. New tonight, Jen Sullivan reports.
Some dismal news for homebuyers in the U.S. A recent analysis by Bankrate.com found that in 22 states and Washington, D.C., purchasers need to make a six-figure salary to afford a typical home. Bankrate calculated that buyers would need to earn $110,871 a year to afford the median home price, which was just over $400,000 in January, according to Redfin. Bankrate found that people in the West and the Northeast will need the most income, while buyers in the South and the Midwest will need the least income. Of course, defining affordability is challenging. Other factors matter too, like savings and debt. And experts say wages haven't kept pace with the rising cost of homeownership.
We had a substantial price increase in the past 3 years, about 30–40% price gain in many parts of the country, way outpacing people's income growth, and that is not a healthy development.
When it comes to home buying, Lawrence Yoon recommends figuring out a budget and sticking to it. And when it comes to housing costs, he recommends this.
About 1/3 of people's gross income should be dedicated for housing costs.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
All right, closer to home, the Zillow community is celebrating what the city calls the future of the city's business scene. The Parkway Plaza is a new development that hopes to bridge the gap between Interstate 82 and the Vintage Valley Parkway as a hub for commerce. It's set on the recently completed 3-mile-long Vintage Valley Parkway. The Parkway Plaza total is 15,000 feet and promises a mix of retail stores, restaurants, and professional office spaces.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll start out with our Skycam, Legends Casino, Columbia Point in Richland. Beautiful evening, clear skies. I don't even see a cloud. One cloud in the sky there. 73 degrees around the area. We've just dropped a degree since our 5 o'clock newscast. Winds are light at 6 miles per hour, and our feels like temp is 77. So nice and warm. Beautiful evening ahead. Let's look at temperatures elsewhere around the area. Tri-Cities is the warm spot. 50s and 60s for the foothills of the Blues right now. We're in the low 70s up the Yakima Valley, and we're in the 60s in the Kittitas Valley. So great looking evening. Now temperature trend wise, we're heading up to 80 degrees tomorrow, possibly in the Tri-Cities where we could tie or possibly break some records. And then look at the huge drop off as a big cold front's getting set to move in on Wednesday. You're really going to feel that cold air Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday, where we'll get right back to our average. But for a couple of days, we're actually dropping below our average for this time of year. 53 on Thursday. You'll feel the chill in the air there, heading back towards the average in Yakima. But look at that nice warm day for us tomorrow. Here's some records and what we're looking at for tomorrow. Our forecast in the Tri-Cities is 80, where if we hit 82 degrees tomorrow, we'll tie the record set back in 1908. Yakima's got to hit 80 degrees tomorrow to tie a record from 1992. Walla Walla would have to hit 83, and in Hermiston, we're forecasting for 79. The record is 77, set back in 2016, and a good chance that we'll be seeing that. Now let's talk about our rain for the month of March. We did pretty good. We got close to our averages almost all through the area. We still were a little light, a little behind the average, especially in Walla Walla, nearly an inch behind the average for Walla Walla. So dry in that area. We'll have to keep an eye on April. We do need those showers, and those are coming our way part of this week. Let's take a look at our temperatures outside for tonight. Clear, a little on the cool side. Temperatures in the 40s all through the area. Everybody staying above the freezing level. Don't get too excited. I was really tempted to plant some good plants this weekend, but just wait, because those temperatures are going to continue to drop with those overnight lows getting even chillier in the coming days. Tomorrow, near record warmth with temperatures in the 70s, hitting 80 degrees in some of our areas, upper 70s here in the foothills of the Blues, 82 at Hanford, nice and warm there, 78 for Yakima. Let's take a look at our travel forecast. If you're heading to the west side, grab your rain gear and coats, because we cool down from the 60s on Tuesday. We start dropping down into the 40s and 50s moving through the area. Portland also going to see some showers Wednesday and Thursday, possibly. Again, cooler temperatures. Grab your warm gear. And if you're heading up north to Spokane, look for some rain possibly on Thursday, with those temperatures dropping into the 50s. Planning your day tomorrow through the Tri-Cities area and Walla Walla and Yakima. Not bad out the door. Midday, we're close to 70. will be in the upper 70s by the evening. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. Look for the breezy winds coming through as those systems move through our area for both Tuesday and Wednesday. Chance of rain right on through the weekend. Temperatures back to the average as we head towards the end of the week. For Walla Walla and for Hermiston, same thing. We'll see those warm temperatures, and then look at the big drop up from 79 degrees here down to 53 on Friday, 51 on Thursday. So cooling down quite a bit, so plan accordingly. Still to come up this hour, we'll have our weather photo and lots more to get to. Austin, Alyssa.
All right, thank you very much, Stacy. Well, coming up, it's the story of a comeback you will only see on Apple Valley News Now.
Yeah, we're going to show you how salmon are making a dramatic return to Mackay Creek. That's coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pie gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Maverick with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Maverick.
Ask your doctor about Maverick. AbbVie could help you save.
With Dish, get the same TV bill every month for 2 years.
Hello? Oh God, I think someone's coming.
No price hikes, no surprises. Because surprising TV shows are great. Surprising TV bills, not great.
Let's get you some fresh water.
The 2-year TV price guarantee from Dish. Tuned in to you.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
So I'm thinking this may be the question of 2024, all right? Are potatoes a vegetable? That is the question that USDA advisors are reportedly considering.
Justice for the potatoes. So the USDA advisors are looking at potentially reclassifying potatoes as a grain in the food pyramid instead of as a vegetable. So Washington Senator Maria Cantwell and more than a dozen other senators all signed on to a letter saying potatoes should not be considered a grain or listed as interchangeable with grains. If you think about the food pyramid, it would mean that they're listed down with bread and pasta as your daily servings. But they say, first of all, that would confuse everyone. Second, the letter says because the vitamins and minerals in potatoes are a lot more like a vegetable than they are like a grain, we should keep things the way they are.
Well, let us know on our social media. I like that question. One more issue, though. The senators say potatoes are often an inexpensive way to make sure children are getting a vegetable in their school lunches. But the USDA is looking at lunch changes as well. USDA's Food and Nutrition Service proposed updates to the school nutrition standards in a few key areas. They are preparing to reduce the amount of sugar and salt in the lunches. Officials are also looking to have low-fat or fat-free milk in school meals and increasing the amount of whole grains served. It is important to note, though, that school meals are not changing right now. These standards are just proposals, and the USDA is now gathering public feedback.
Well, tonight we're tracking developing news. An airstrike in Syria is raising international alarms. We're going to explain why next.
Fly the Northwest over a state fish hatchery. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
What are the questions every couple should ask and answer before jumping into marriage, owning a home, and having children? Tomorrow on GMA. Oh yeah, we're going there. Before you take the lead. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Find it online or pick up a copy in store. Save more store-wide on everything you need for spring and more at Bi-Mart. Northwest employee-owned for 20 years.
Next extra, Colin Farrell is a private eye facing his demons. Does his new show get a thumbs up from his toughest critics, his kids?
I know that they said they're tired of seeing you play these bad guys.
Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. Dole bananas just 38 cents a pound. Cosmic Crisp apples just 68 cents a pound. And whole sweet cantaloupe 48 cents a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
April is Home Run Riches Month at Legends Casino Hotel, where you're guaranteed $1,000 just for stepping up to the plate, with a chance to round the bases for 10 grand. Just play with your Legends Rewards card, and you could be called a pinch hit on Thursdays and win thousands of dollars. You don't even need a complicated contract or sleazy agent to bet on our team. Hey, betta, swing betta. Come play Home Run Riches all April long at Legends Casino Hotel.
The average family throws out $1,500 of food every year. That's a lot. Imagine what you could do with extra cash. There are simple ways to reduce your food waste and increase your savings. It starts with a plan and ends with a little creativity, like turning your unused food into something new. Get tips to reduce food waste and make your dollar go further. Know the cost. Use food well. Visit the website to learn how.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select Steel battery trimmers. Real Steel. Find yours.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Ugh, keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Coming up Tuesday on Good Morning Northwest, all of your top local headlines from around the region, plus meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your forecast, near record highs for some of our areas. We hope to see you here on Tuesday morning.
Welcome back. Tonight we are tracking developing news from Syria, where Israel is being blamed for an airstrike that destroyed Iran's consulate and killed at least 7 people. Now, Israel has a history of airstrikes on Iranian targets in Syria. This, though, is different because diplomatic missions like embassies and consulates are typically off limits to foreign governments. Israel, for its part, refusing to comment tonight.
Coming up new at 6:30, we are talking about upgrades to public transportation in Northeast Oregon.
Yep, we're talking about the changes you can expect to see and taking an in-depth look at efforts to bring salmon back to Mackay Creek near Pendleton. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being here. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Alyssa Warner.
Well, after public transportation, I should say public transportation has a brand new look in Northeast Oregon. Today, Murrow County Public Transit added 3 new fixed routes to its bus system.
Yeah, so it's called the Loop. You can now use the transit routes to get to or from Boardman, Hermiston, Heppner, even Pendleton. A representative from the transit system tells us rural transit routes present a challenge, but they are necessary for community members to be able to move around the region.
A key piece of this puzzle in that they will be bringing a connecting bus in from Hermiston that will come through Irrigan, and it will come into Boardman and connect with our service, which will allow people to be able to travel further into Hermiston, be able to travel into Pendleton, and use the kayak service where they have routes and lines available.
So we're told it took several partnerships to make this fixed route system a reality. Morrow County Public Transit used grants from the Oregon Department of Transportation to pay for some new buses and operational fees, and a partnership with Kayak Public Transit of the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation will also allow the community to move farther with the transit routes. Now, more salmon are coming back to Northeast Oregon thanks to recovery efforts in Mackay Creek.
Our Toby Solving spoke with experts about how they are working to turn things around. It is a story you will only see right here on Apple Valley News Now.
Just west of Pendleton, Mackay Creek meets the Umatilla River. For 30 years, fish were blocked out of the creek by what's called an adult weir. But in July 2023, half of the weir was taken down, opening it up to migrating fish for the first time in 3 decades. This is the story of the Mackay Creek comeback. In 1927, the Mackay Creek Dam went in 6 miles upstream to make a reservoir for irrigation.
Historically, the Mackay Creek subbasin in the Umatilla hosted multiple species of fish, both anadromous and residential.
Anadromous meaning that those fish are born in fresh water, rear for 1 to 3 years, and then migrate out of the fresh water back to the ocean.
But since the dam was built in 1927, those anadromous runs of species were extirpated from the system. So that was the spring chinook, fall chinook, coho, summer steelhead, Pacific lamprey, and we have a rich traditional and oral history of tribal use within the basin.
Salmon have been an integral part of tribal culture since time immemorial. But the dam caused a major habitat loss for the fish. And in the early 90s, the area was designated as a critical habitat, and some fish were put on the endangered species list. Eventually, the government mandated that the dam spill enough water to at least protect the juvenile fish. As the creek filled back up, the cool water attracted salmon that were actually supposed to continue for miles up the Umatilla River. So, in 1995, the weir was installed to stop them from taking a wrong turn. And in 2022, they did a study to see if salmon could survive in those lower 6 miles of Mackay Creek.
We had an initial study where we released 30 pair of coho just to investigate whether or not they would be able to successfully spawn within this lower portion of Mackay Creek. With that, we went out and performed spawning ground surveys and were able to enumerate 15 reds that year. So we were able to determine that it was a viable option to get fish in here. You can think of a red as a fish nest. It's where they deposit their eggs. What the fish do is they'll turn on their sides and use their caudal fin, that's their tail fin, to push the gravel out, and they'll create kind of a bowl. Then the female will deposit her eggs in that and then go back and fan gravel again and cover that up. Just below us is where we actually were able to observe fry, so success out of those reds.
So it's amazing to see all of that habitat being utilized and how quickly fish will recolonize when you allow them to do so.
So they decided to open the weir, and just 7 months later, they counted 72 reds, marking the first time in 30 years that migrating salmon found their way into Mackay Creek to spawn.
Up above us past this point, there's 108 miles of habitat and 26 stream miles that would be available to those anadromous fish. So it's a really big deal to get passage over this, especially being 25% of the overall steelhead habitat in the Umatilla Basin.
Making a safe passage through the dam is a complicated engineering challenge, but if it can be solved, there's a vast natural habitat waiting behind it.
So this is the area and the type of habitat we're hoping to get these fish into. We like to refer to it as turnkey habitat. This is fantastic habitat for these fish. Fish that are produced in these mid-Columbia tributaries support fisheries in the lower Columbia River. They support ocean fisheries, Alaska fisheries, Washington fisheries, but we're restoring processes. In our tribal culture, our first foods and our connection to the landscape and those first foods within it is something that we're also trying to restore. These type of collaborations between tribal, state, and federal agencies that create success, immediate success, will always be important and will continue to be important into the future. Yeah, hopefully someday we'll be out here fishing for salmon and steelhead together.
Future generations that can do so too. It's very important that that happens.
This is Toby Solvang with Apple Valley News Now.
Never
What a
know.
story. Yeah. I just learned so much in the last few minutes. So thank you, Toby.
Love that, and love to see the bright sunshine. Changing conditions though, Stacy.
That's right. It is. It's lovely this evening. Look at that, clear skies on our Dust Devil Sky Cam in Pasco. You can see the hills. I don't even see a single cloud in the sky. 73 degrees right now. Our sunset at 7:26. Our feels like temp 77. Pretty warm. Good night to get out and do a little bit of yard work for you. Here's our temperatures around the area. Check it out. We're going to go up to record-breaking territory tomorrow and then dropping back down into the 50s. We drop a full 27 degrees in just a matter of days. So this is what's headed our way. Again, your 7-day outlook here in Yakima. Very warm. We could see some record-breaking temps tomorrow and then that cool off that'll last for a couple of days. Plus, we're going to see wet weather. And get ready, there's more mountain snow coming to both Cascades and the Blues. We're talking pretty substantial snow, so still some good skiing weather out there for the next couple of weeks in your spring break. Guys?
All right, Stacey, thank you. Making national headlines tonight, it appears security measures worked exactly the way they were supposed to when somebody tried to get into an FBI field office. This happened right near Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, take a look at this. The FBI says it looks like somebody tried to follow an authorized vehicle through the gate this afternoon. They say the barrier came up and did successfully stop that car.
He was not associated with this facility. Several of our special agents who were passing by apprehended him. His motives at this point are not known.
Investigators say they took the man to the hospital to be checked out, but they're not reporting any injuries so far.
Well, AT&T says it found sensitive information from millions of current and former customers on the dark web. They're now in the process of notifying everybody impacted. AT&T says the data breach impacted accounts from 2019 and before, and may have included everything from social security numbers to email addresses, mailing addresses, and passcodes. Experts say it's the kind of information a criminal could use to steal your identity.
Once a bad guy has that, a criminal has that information, perhaps they could pose as you and call up one of your bank accounts or health accounts. If you're not notified, just don't assume automatically that you're safe. You need to investigate this.
Anytime you think you might have been hacked, the first step is to change your password. Don't click on a link to do that. Go to the main website and reset it from there. You should sign up for two-factor authentication if you can, where anytime somebody signs into your account, you get a text or email asking if it's really you. You can also sign up for fraud alerts from a credit reporting agency like Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. And if you're really concerned, you can actually freeze your credit so that nobody can open up a credit card in your name. The drawback there is that you won't be able to get a new credit card either.
Google says it's planning to destroy millions of people's web browsing history, and they say it's all about your privacy. So a class action lawsuit filed in 2020 accused Google of misleading people about how their web browser, Chrome, was tracking users that were using incognito mode. So to settle this lawsuit, Google has agreed to destroy billions of data points that it collected from people browsing in incognito mode, and to update exactly what it tells people who go to open up that browser. The settlement does not include a payout for the people who filed the lawsuit, but individuals will still be able to file claims.
Hey, we got to talk about tonight's Powerball drawing. It is for a $1 billion jackpot. I said that right, $1 billion. The last time anybody won was New Year's Day, which means there have been 38 drawings in a row without anyone taking home the jackpot. That's near a record, and it might feel like, since we've gone so long without a big winner, that your chances are better. But they're actually the same every time, about 1 in 292 million. Well, we are all gonna get real lucky soon when you hear what Stacey Lee is predicting for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll feel pretty lucky for sure, as your first alert forecast is coming up next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Plus, could April Fool's Day actually be good for your mental health? One psychologist says yes. That's next.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the rain and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
People don't really realize how much of an impact the feet have on the rest of the body. A lot of times people with knee pain, there's really nothing going on with their knee. The issue is actually stemming from the foot. So now we're predisposed to hip pain, low back pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that when the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy, you're gonna feel better, and you're not gonna have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Why is my internet slow? There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Brian Smith.
And I'm attorney Megan Hale. Thank you for voting us Yakima's first choice for personal injury, civil law, and best overall law firm.
We are honored and grateful to be part of this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to your news at 6:30. Today, the White House held its annual egg roll. It's a tradition that goes back to 1878.
Yeah, more than 40,000 people were expected to attend. The weather didn't exactly cooperate. They had a thunderstorm roll through in the morning, but things did clear up later. Now, the egg roll is kind of a race, as far as I understand, where participants here literally roll hard-boiled eggs across the White House lawn. I don't know, looks kind of like fun.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, today is also April Fool's Day. For me, this is consistently the most stressful day of the year to be a journalist.
It's all because we get all kinds of fake stories sent into our newsroom, like 7-Eleven announcing that they're going to be releasing a line of seltzers, including one that's hot dog flavored. 7-Eleven says the seltzers are real, but they're tamer flavors like lemon, lime, green apple, and orange.
Now, Austin, I'm concerned about the number of people who said they actually wanted this. Is this trolling? Are you guys okay? I just want to know. Okay, leaving aside sparkling hot dog water in a can, psychologists say that April Fools can actually be good for our mental health because they say it gives people permission to get a little silly.
And while laughter might not always be the best medicine, it is still very good for you.
We love a good laugh. It helps us to bond with the people in our lives, but it also has benefits to our body. When we laugh, it releases oxytocin, which is the bonding chemical. That's why we feel close to other people when we all join in a good laugh.
So just make sure that your pranks aren't putting people in danger and make sure people are actually laughing with you.
That's always very important. And please don't send fake stories to the news station.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, there's no April Fooling this beautiful evening tonight. 73 degrees on our Legends Casino Skycam. There's the sun just getting ready to set off in the west. Our winds are a little bit lighter now at 6 miles per hour, and our feels like temp 77. Sunset tonight at 7:26. Looking good outside. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the area. 60s in the Kittitas Valley. We're still in the low 70s in the Yakima Valley, moving into the Columbia Basin. There you go. Beautiful evening here. Little bit cooler along the foothills of the Blues. We're in the 50s and 60s there tonight, so not looking too bad. Now, it is spring break and a lot of people hitting the road. This is what gear you need to bring if you're heading towards the Seattle area for the next couple of days. It's going to be a wet one on Wednesday. Look at those temperatures dropping into the 40s for the daytime high and those chilly overnight lows, 30s and 40s at night. Portland area also going to see some showers with temperatures going from 75 to 53 overnight. Those overnight lows, again, chilly in the 40s and the low 50s. And into Spokane, it's going to be cooler there. We go from 71 to 55 overnight, 52 with rain on Thursday. So a little travel forecast for you. Let's take a look at our futurecast and when we're going to start to see some big changes. There is a little band of showers coming through foothills of the Blues, but Wednesday 2 a.m. look at that. That is snow right across the pass level snow and snow across the Cascade Mountains. Here comes the showers into our region. This will happen Wednesday morning, so expect a wet day there. We'll continue to see active weather. In fact, more snow showers coming across the Blues, some heavy rain moving out towards the Palouse, and then we'll have unsettled weather with cloudy skies. And look at all of this snow. We're talking about quite a bit of snow actually coming to the Blue Mountains. So a little bit of a weird forecast as we get into spring and the first part of April. Temperatures overnight tonight in the 40s. We're staying fairly warm, well above the freezing level tonight. But as those systems move through, expect those cooler temperatures overnight. Let's take a look at the temperatures around the area tomorrow. We could break some records or tie some records all through the area. 70s, foothills of the Blues, 80s in the Columbia Basin area into the Yakima Valley. Ellensburg looking at 75. Now here's what we have to get to break or at least tie those records. If we hit 82 tomorrow in Tri-Cities, we will tie a record set back in 1908. Yakima hits 80 degrees tomorrow. They will tie the record from 1992. The forecast for Walla Walla 77 has to get to 83 to tie that record, but it's looking pretty good for Hermiston. Our forecast is 79 and the record stands at 77 degrees set back in 2016. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. Here's those rain showers, and I even saw maybe a snowflake possible in Yakima with these chilly overnight lows again down into the 30s. I was tempted to do some planting. So glad that I did not. Let's take a look at Tri-Cities. There we go. Breezy winds and rain showers right on through Friday. Things will start to improve as we get towards the weekend. In Walla Walla, it's going to be wet. It's going to be pretty windy on Wednesday as well, with chance of rain through Saturday. And taking a look at Hermiston, Again, we have the wet weather, breezy winds, chilly overnight lows down in the 30s. Temperatures getting back to about the average. So a little wild forecast for our spring break, but not bad. Enjoy tomorrow, though. It's going to be gorgeous outside. Austin, Alyssa.
All right, thank you very much, Stacy. Still ahead on your news here at 6:30.
Take a look at this. A crumbling highway leaves thousands stranded ahead of Easter weekend. We'll talk about that next.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer you?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
People are switching to Spectrum Internet. Let's see why.
We count on Spectrum Internet and the advanced Wi-Fi to always keep us connected and protected.
It's so reliable and fast.
Get Spectrum Internet with 99.9% reliability for $49.99 a month with free advanced Wi-Fi, free modem, and free security suite for 12 months with no added taxes or fees and no contracts. Save even more with our new 2-year price guarantee when you level up to 1 gig. Call 1-833-548-4999 or scan to call.
Ever since we switched to Spectrum Internet, our daughter's curiosity has a new spark.
Now we're saving a ton.
Since Spectrum Internet is fast and reliable, we don't worry about interruptions.
Amazing.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month with free advanced Wi-Fi. Save even more with our new 2-year price guarantee when you level up to 1 gig. Call 1-833-548-4999.
Call now.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select battery lawnmower sets. Real Steel. Find yours.
Next 5, Grammy winner Mary J. Blige, wrestler Mason Paris, plus actress Natasha Lyonne.
I feel like this is a win-win-win situation.
Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Fly the Northwest over a state fish hatchery. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
We have an update tonight in the effort to get the Port of Baltimore open again after a cargo ship collapsed the Francis Scott Key Bridge last week. The Coast Guard has now opened up a temporary channel for crews working on removing the wreckage of the bridge. The next step is going to be to get an alternate shipping channel opened up so that the ships can get to and from the port once again.
On the Pacific Coast, part of California's Highway 1 collapsed into the ocean on Saturday after the extreme rain that Stacy told us about on Friday hit the area. This morning, vehicles were being allowed along one lane of the highway. The New York Times estimates a couple thousand people were trapped overnight in Big Sur because of the collapse. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but there's no word on when that road will be repaired. No rain tonight, but Stacy has been telling us that we could see some this week.
Yep, we're going to check in with her and have your viewer photo of the day next.
6 o'clock, bogey. Did you say burger? Because I can go for a burger. I'm not talking about burger. Roger that. Fire now.
Need burger? Get burger! Spicy Western Bacon Cheeseburger, only at Carl's Jr.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the rain and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Buenos dias, I'm Eddie Garcia and we're building this house.
Hey, I'm Tanya Galvez. I work at Par Lumber. And we supply Eddie with all the materials he needs.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
I've been with US Cellular for years now, and I think I'm their biggest fan. So they asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers, like up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone. So I said, if I'm gonna be on TV, do you think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure too.
Introducing Us Days at US Cellular. Exclusive offers just for our customers. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
April is Home Run Riches Month at Legends Casino Hotel, where you're guaranteed $1,000 just for stepping up to the plate, with a chance to round the bases for 10 grand. Just play with your Legends Rewards card, and you could be called a pinch hit on Thursdays and win thousands of dollars. You don't even need a complicated contract or sleazy agent to bet on our team. Hey, better, swing better. Come play Home Run Riches all April long at Legends Casino Hotel.
You work hard for your money. The Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue is an annual state tax credit for Washington workers and families. Those who qualify could receive up to $1,255 back. Eligible people can apply online, through a tax preparer, or on paper. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Oh boy, look at that Carl's Jr. burger. Bacon, jalapenos, beef, cheese, bacon, beef. $5 on the app? What? Another burger. Lettuce, cheese, melty, delicious pickle. You gotta be kidding. Barbecue sauce, strip, crunchy onion rings. $5? I'm burger rich. Need burger? Get burger. Yeah!
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back. We're talking about elk sightings. It's that time of year.
It is that time of year. Lots of elk are out right now, so be careful on those roads. I know a lot of people are out and about because of spring break.
Yep.
Let's take a look at our weather photo of the day. This comes to us from our friend Dee in Walla Walla. She's always out there. Those are wheat fields. Check them out. They are green and beautiful. Look at that beautiful sky of the Blue Mountains behind. So good job, Dee. Thank you for sharing. Easiest way to get your photo on the air is that little QR code on the right side of your screen. Grab your phone, snap a picture of that. That'll take you right to the landing page where you could submit your weather photo. Or you could just go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab, and that'll take you to the right place as well. So great photo, Dee. Thank you for sharing. Remember to keep sharing your weather photos. Let's take a quick look at your temperatures for tomorrow, planning your day. Looking good. Still going to need a little jacket first thing in the morning, but by lunchtime we're already up to close to 70 degrees all through the area, and those temperatures are going to be downright warm as we get into the early evening, and we could break some records or at least tie them, guys. So it's looking pretty good out there.
Good time to have a lunch outside.
That's right. Picnic weather.
Thanks, Stacy, and thank you so much for watching. We're back tonight at 11.
Hoping your news is good news.
Good night. Ooh.